Welcome to Catholic Messenger Conversation Podcast. Today, our conversation focuses on Hispanic Heritage Month, which began September 15th and continues until October 15th. Our conversation partner is Manny Toquinto, right?
You
A
got it
member
right.
and trustee of St. Anthony Parish in Davenport. Let's get the conversation rolling, Manny. Okay? Manny, what are your roots? What are the roots of your Hispanic heritage?
Well, first of all, Barb, thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
It's an honor for me, too.
Thank you. And, well, my roots, I grew up and born in Mexico, in Juarez, Chihuahua, which is right at the border with Texas.
Okay.
So, came from a Mexican family, really faith oriented.
Oh, that's great.
So cradle Catholic, and I've been trying to keep those roots with my family and the following generations, so they can continue our culture, but especially our faith.
Oh, that's great. So when did you come to the United States? When did you?
Well, it happens about 12 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I got a job offer to move to the States, and even it was challenging because we're like 1,200 miles from home.
Oh, wow.
We decided to take this adventure. We said we're going to do it for 2 years. It's been, well, we said that 12 years ago.
Wow.
Well, we found this amazing community in the Quad Cities, great people, a really deep in faith community
Oh, that's
in our
great.
church. And we said, this is our place. This is our home now.
So did you start out at St. Mary's, or where did you? What parish did you?
Yeah, I actually, as everybody else I bet, try several places.
Uh-huh.
And we love St. Mary's. I mean, like some friends of ours were like, oh, I think there's a Spanish-speaking mass on Sunday, so go St. Mary's. And so we did. And we found an awesome family there.
Oh, that's great.
So we
That's
stayed.
great. And then St. Mary's moved into St. Anthony Parish, right? Was that tough?
Yeah, it was tough at the moment. I was part of that group finding for a new spot. That was
okay.
That was tough at the moment because we were like knocking doors.
Uh-huh.
If you can put it in an image, think on our mother in St. Joseph,
Yes.
knocking doors in Bethlehem, looking for a place to stay. We felt like that, except that the big difference is we found a really lovely open hearts in St. Anthony.
Oh, that's
and they were
wonderful.
like, oh, we want to have you here. We would love to have you here. And we've been doing a great community since.
Oh.
I don't feel St. Mary's and St. Anthony's people were just one big family.
We all need that, don't we? That's a sense of unity.
Absolutely, yes.
and
That's what we
community.
need.
Wow.
I couldn't agree more.
I've always wanted to understand, what's the difference between Hispanic and Latino, and why do some people prefer to identify as both?
That's a very good question. I actually did a bit of research because even for me, it was confusing. I consider myself Mexican, right? And then I go like, no, but you're Latino. Oh, wait a minute, you're Hispanic. Well, my understanding is a Hispanic is somebody who speaks Spanish
Okay.
or from with heritage of somebody speaking Spanish.
Okay.
So it could be people from Spain, not necessarily
Right.
from America, right? And Latino is more like Spanish speakers from America. I mean,
Okay.
it could be Brazil, perhaps.
Okay.
They don't speak Spanish; they speak Portuguese. But
I didn't know that.
But they are considered. They are also considered Latinos.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, that's That's how amazing this is. So
you're all three then, right?
I think so. Yeah. And I'm so proud to say that I live in America. I feel like American too.
Exactly.
That's amazing. The way that this country wide open doors for us and for many to keep growing in
that's great.
Personal, professional, and faith.
Oh, that's wonderful. So the theme for this year's celebration is Pioneers of Change, Shaping the Future Together. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but how do you interpret this year's theme within the context of our Catholic faith?
Well, I think it's very important, and especially consider that we Catholic, we always are challenged by our society. We're challenged by our word every day.
Yeah.
And especially these times, we need to be that community that step up and do something. Fight for people. Love each other. Welcome everybody. And I think that's, in my perspective, that's what this message is telling me. So you need to be the pioneer, at least in your family, but in your community as well, to welcome people, to be open to new ideas, to new people, and to preserve your faith and your roots. That's the way I see it.
Oh, that's great. That's super. And so you have family, right? You're married, you have kids. So,
I do, yes.
Right? How many children do you have?
Well, my oldest daughter, she's 24.
Oh, wow.
And then I have my son. He's 15, teenager.
Okay.
And
Lucky you.
and my youngest daughter, my baby, she's only 8.
Oh my
She
God.
just turned 8. So they're far apart enough. Actually, I guess too much. But we're being able to grow up with them in a different way. I'm not gonna say I'm a better father than I was with my oldest, but I've been growing and learning with them, and that's a blessing.
Oh, that's great. That's
is.
super.
It is.
And you're nurturing them in the Catholic faith, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, these days, that's very difficult.
Yes.
The world itself, the news, the social media, television, friends are trying to steal kids, trying to put a different mindset for them. And that's something that, in my personal perspective, that's something that a deep faith is something that we need so we can pursue our kids to stay in the Catholic Church.
So how do you do that? What do you do with your own children to try and help keep them committed to the faith?
I don't think it's an easy job, and we don't have an easy answer. I guess first of all and most important is you lead by example, right?
Yep.
So you need to show your faith. You need to show that you are indeed worried about and that you really believe that in your faith, that your faith follows your guidance. And that's something that your kids can see, and then from that is where they can act. Because you can say tons of words, right? You can give directions, suggestions,
right.
but if you don't lead by example, that's gonna be like
So
nonsense.
give some examples in your own life. What does your family do what do you do to be an example?
Well, of course, we're the kind of parents that are always right behind our kids. Time for mass, and then let's go religious educations, and we try to emphasize a lot on helping our community.
Oh, that's
so.
great.
So my wife and I are always involved in our faith groups, charity groups in our community. So they notice that it's not about us only; it's about giving to more people.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
the way. That's the way I think you teach them how to do it. Because again, you can say 1,000 words, but if you don't lead by example, if you don't move them to do stuff. I was thinking the other day. One day we were trying to do like every night, put our kids to bed, and my daughter. This is a personal experience, right? My daughter, she only prayed in English. Right?
Yeah.
I don't. I personally don't. So I go like, well, let's go and pray. And this is something that, by the way, I got it from my church. We were doing like bilingual prayer classes.
Oh, great.
For like a couple months, so we can learn the same prayers.
Yes.
in a different language.
Right.
So now, thanks to my daughter, by the way, Kayla, thank you for that. I'm able to do my prayers in English,
That's great.
which was a learning for me. But see, that's the way that you keep leading by example. You keep talking to them
because you compromise. You're like, okay,
absolutely.
I think that's so cool.
It's challenging, right?
Especially because that's what you're accustomed to, that you're comfortable with, is to pray in the language that you grew up with.
Yeah.
Right?
And the same way, I guess it goes for them.
Yes.
Like pushing my daughter, having praying in Spanish, it's tough for her. It's tough for them because they're growing in their normal day. Everything is English.
Yeah.
So try to push them to Spanish. It's challenging, but it's also a way that you can keep, again, your root, right?
That's great. That's super. And then what thoughts, ideas, and activities are most important to share during Hispanic Heritage Month in your opinion?
Well, first of all, I need to say that Hispanics in general, or Latinos, are very family-oriented. And probably we don't see that much difference here in the Quad Cities because the Midwest is, in general, very family-oriented community.
Okay.
But if you go to big cities, you don't see that very often.
Yeah.
But that's something that when I go to people from California, and I explain, well, this is the way we go, and then they go like, why you need to stay close to your parents or your in-laws? Well, because that's what we do. We're families, right? We take care of family. We check on each other from time to time. So that's the kind of activities that we try to keep as Hispanics, and through that way, we try to emphasize that with not only, of course, our family, but we would like to get this to everybody, right? Because I think, again, at these days, family, well, especially extended family, is taking less and less important, in my opinion.
Yes.
Compared to the way that I foresee.
And extended family for you has always been important, right?
It's been very important, yes.
And that means staying connected and being close physically, right, to family?
As much as possible. Yeah. At least having a call, visit as much as you can.
Yeah.
But at least know how they're doing, know their current situation, help if you can. Why not?
And so what about activities? I mean, do you have some special activities or customs or rituals that you engage in on a regular basis?
Cultural-wise, yes. So actually, well, as I said, I'm from Mexico. So there in Mexico, we have tons of tradition, cultural activities. And I was trying to explain this to somebody else. I was trying to say most of our traditions are faith-related.
Yeah.
And like when you see somebody kicking a piñata, you go like, what's in that? Well, the original meaning of the piñata, and sorry, but this may not be the topic.
I would love to know that.
But the piñata means the sins. The original piñata was seven legs piñata which means the 7 sins.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you're supposed to heat it, and then if you're strong enough and you can
break it open.
you're gonna get the grace, right? Which are candies. That's what in the piñata. That's
wonderful. I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, again, probably a lot of people, even Hispanic people, may not know this, but that's the meaning. And so are the posadas, and so are the Our Lady of Guadalupe celebrations. So we have a lot of celebrations, even Dia de Muertos, right? The Day of the Dead. We're not celebrating the dead. We're remembering our departed ones, and like putting it closer to God, or offering to God. Please keep this departed one close to you, oh Lord. That's what we ask.
Oh, Manny, I want to save all of this to remember and write about, because that's so important.
It is indeed, and that's why, like, my wife and I, my family, and I know a lot of people who also try to do that. We try to keep all those traditions with our community. But not only keep the tradition of, let's do a posada and let's have a party. It's not about the party. It's about what it means. It's about the meaning of the posada. It's about the meaning of the piñata.
Yeah.
It's about the Day of the Dead or Dia de Muertos and what it means. What are we celebrating, or who are we remembering or offering to God? Yeah. And that's why it's so important to me to keep that in my mind and to keep that tradition to my next generation.
So, like, do you break piñatas at your home on occasion, or what?
Yeah, I wish we do that more often, right? But like in our community at San Anthony, by the way, everybody's invited, we try to do the posadas. And we do one posada. And I know here is winter, it's really cold, like to be outside heating the piñata. But we try to find a way to remember all these details in a posada that show us.
Remind us in what a posada is. Is that where Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus are looking for Joseph and Mary.
Joseph and Mary, they were looking for a place to stay. And so that's what we do. We go and sing to different places, knock doors, and ask for a place to stay. That's what posada means. And then when we got the right door, when we knock the right door, they let us in, and then we sing, and we share the dinner. It could be something simple, but we share the dishes, so we are together.
So do you actually go outside in the winter and go house to house when you're doing
we don't do
posada?
house to house. It's to hold it here. Back in Mexico, yeah, we did.
You did? Okay.
Oh, yeah. We were like, and it was so nice. I used to be, me and my wife, we were religious educators.
Oh,
and we were having like 50 kids walking around through the streets, finding the next door that we're going to knock. And we were singing all along. It was so nice.
Oh.
Here, I mean, weather and it's impossible. But at least we're trying to find different spots in our parish hall.
Yes.
And then we'll go and knock the several doors.
Yes.
Have people on the other side asking, no, you're not invited. And then the last door is the one that invite us to get in. It's so nice.
Oh, that's great. And so, how does your parish observe Hispanic Heritage Month? Do you do special activities and events?
Well, actually, we did. Last 2 weeks ago, we had our big street festival.
Oh, that
Kermesse.
Is it pronounced Kermesse?
Kermesse, yeah.
Okay.
And that's just a street festival. We bring bunch of food, music, and because that will be a kermesse. Normal, it happens in Mexico to be like the church saint celebration, right?
Oh,
so if St. Anthony is I don't know, I should know, but if it's September,
okay,
that's what we do. We do that kermesse by the time your
Okay, so it's
parish
supposed to be a
saint
festival for the saint of
for
the
the
church.
saint. Well, that's what we do in Mexico.
Okay.
Here, maybe not that convenient because
Okay.
what if it's a festival in January? You don't want to do a street festival in
Okay.
January.
That's
Well, I won't be there. I can guarantee you that.
that's
but
great.
that's the challenge. But yeah, we try to do those activities. And most important, and I gotta thank San Antonio because they do a lot of work on that. They try to unite this community.
Yes.
It's not about
Yeah.
Hispanics and Anglos. It's about the Catholic family, and we try to stay together and share our traditions, and then share our and get the same way back whatever St. Anthony has been doing for years.
Oh,
So
that's great.
amazing.
So, can you talk about some of the ways you've come together as a parish? You know, you talk about that you're one big family. In what ways are there, like combined choirs? Are there, what are you doing to? Is there a lot of bilingual, like prayers and music, or what are some of the ways you do it?
And this is very challenging because of course, the language barrier. Probably something that you can plan for an hour. If you do it bilingual, you need like an extra half an hour. But we've been trying to do like prayer, like prayer groups. Like we did a consecration to Saint Joseph a couple years ago, maybe last year. And that time, we got the whole community. So we ended up having one big prayer group, and we were praying in Latin, by the way, so we can keep a common language, and it's an easier one. I don't know if it was easy.
Is Latin easier than Spanish?
Not for me.
I was going to say
maybe for others, but not for me.
Easier.
Well, it was at least for Father Rudy, and I thank him for what he did.
Okay.
But again, he was trying to put everybody to pray at the same time, and then he was given like examples in English and examples in Spanish.
Oh, that's great.
And probably the hardest part is try to feed all that in an hour, perhaps, in 40 minutes. But besides that, it was so nice that we were sharing our time and our prayers with the entire community. And I think that's something that San Antonio's been trying really hard to keep the whole community together.
I think that's so excellent because there's so many where it's just, okay, we got a Spanish Mass here and the people just come to that Mass and they don't, no one intermingles. Yeah. But you have actually like dinners together and that sort of thing. And
yes.
And Parish Council, I mean, you've got...
Yeah, Parish Council. Well, I'm a member of the. I'm a trustee actually,
right.
So I attend Parish Council meetings as well as finance, and we try to have representation on both teams. We try to have people from the entire community,
right,
that can support and that can provide their suggestions.
Wow! At
the end, that's what you hope on these two councils.
And right. I understand you're like are you the Grand Knight for the Knights of Columbus?
I am, yes. And same way. So with the Knights of Columbus, that's exactly what we're trying. We're trying to have a big community. Again, it's not about Hispanics here and Anglos there.
Right.
Even though we can do our planning separate.
Right.
But then at the end, we come together. We have one social.
Oh.
And we work side by side. I've seen these guys working, putting flags by the 4th of July, side by side.
Yeah.
They don't care. 5:30 in the morning.
Oh wow.
I'm like still in my bed. Well, I wish. But they are side by side working together, and that's amazing. That's amazing how they're interacting together. That's something that we should keep.
Oh, I think
Definitely.
That's great. And you do meals together too, right? Sometimes don't you do like I don't know. Do you do anything?
Yeah, St. Anthony, we have the McAntony window, so we have a lot of opportunities for volunteering there, serving food. putting clothes, preparing, or at the pantry. So we have a lot of chances there. In same way, we have volunteers from everybody, right? Whoever has a morning open and are willing to help is more than welcome. And
that's great.
And that's amazing. The way you serve, the way you do. I mean, we have like 1 or 2 days at night that we have kids. So especially when kids don't go to school. So on those holidays that they take the day off, we see the high schoolers coming over to the McAntony window and serve food for all those in need. That's amazing.
That's terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that's wonderful. And then, I mean, you've kind of already talked about this, but what is the best way to build bridges between Hispanics and Anglos in the Catholic Church? I guess those kinds of things you've been talking about.
Absolutely. I think so. I think the way that you integrate more, that you consider this as a unique family.
Right.
And we understand that in a family we have boys and girls, olders and youngers, but it's still one single family.
Right.
So we treat each other the same way.
Right.
We love each other. We respect each other. I think that's the exact same way we should do in our Catholic Church. We should keep our community together. We should follow their suggestions,
right,
and try to fulfill their needs.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same needs for everybody,
right,
but try to do what everybody needs together as a single group.
And how do you work around the whole language barrier? I mean,
that's challenging. Yes.
Yeah.
That's challenging. But if you put it in a way, well, especially like the older generations, right? Well, the older generations are still only speaking one language,
right?
But the younger generations are fully bilingual.
Oh,
and those are the kids and young families that we can request and ask for help.
Okay,
because those are the kind of people who can support us.
Oh, that's
and
great.
Attend whoever needs are, right?
Yes.
That are fully bilingual. And then, like I said, I remember that prayer consecration that we did.
Yeah.
And we were doing part of the prayer in Spanish, part of the prayer in English, and then we just prayed the rosary in like one decade in English, one decade in Spanish. And then at the end, everybody participates, right?
Yes.
Because even if you don't know the prayer, you at least can follow in your own language.
Yes. You know, I think that's so cool what you talked about, though. The younger people, they're the ones who are going to help us to move it along. They're going to help to build the bridges. It isn't just up to that next generation, right?
Yes.
That cool.
Especially because we need to keep this faith in church alive for generations. So we need them.
Oh, that's great.
I couldn't agree more.
Awesome. I think we're about running out of time. I had a couple of other questions, but I'm thinking, is there anything else you want to share before we wrap it up?
No, well, I gotta thank you, Barb, and for your time and for this opportunity. And I will encourage everybody to follow their hearts and follow their faith, to keep their faith, because that's the only way that we're gonna take care of our newer generation, of our kids.
Yes, that's great.
Agree more.
Manny, let's have another podcast sometime in the not too distant future.
Absolutely, anytime.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Barb.
Talking with you. And that's it for now. See you at the next conversation.